Here's Garoppolo to throw. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season, really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
I'm going for back 65, 65. He's checking.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means you're
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 330-pounder Al Woods brings the boom on the sack.
And that's their first sack of this game. But how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Returnable for Lockett. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously, the players and coaches. There's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win, and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that, he said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
On first down, here's Breida. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. On second down, a run with Breida. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Watch quick. Watch that.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's Breida. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in a mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 45-yard line.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 17th touchdown now on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. Now a toss play. It's Breida. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That second down play nets a -4.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
They run with Breida. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books. But now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now Garoppolo. They'll set up a screen for Breida. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, 49ers.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
It's just me and you. 11.
Now a give coming right is Breida. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Wilson, and now he'll tuck it and run. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Throwing now, Wilson off first down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. To throw is Wilson. And an alley to run. He's got the first down inside the 10. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Carson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Wilson's pass, incomplete, out of the end zone.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Myers' kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Looking to throw, Garoppolo into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Check your hot read.
Got it.
Here's Wilson to throw. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Carson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson with touchdown number 8 on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The interception on the last drive proved costly, led to the tying score, so 17 all as they come up on a 1st down. The run there on 1st down, going to get them 5 up to the 30. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They run again with Breida. And an alley to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 33 and a first.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Garoppolo to Goodwin there for a 49er first.
Here we go. 180.
Breida, he'll try to right side. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Here we go. 180. Lock.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
To throw is Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Here we go. 120.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that part. I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it, couldn't get it. And it's second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Dancing to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
Wilson now to throw on third down. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And his guys are going to have the football back as the third quarter comes to an end. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. This is Breida. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. Second down. Throwing on second down. Garoppolo throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And that'll make it third down.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there. Threw it behind him. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. Now it's Breida. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Matt Breida out of Georgia Southern now in his third year in a 49er uniform. He was tough to keep off the field last year. Very good yards per carry. 5.3 on 153 attempts. Good for over 800 yards rushing.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
21. Here we go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
He gets away from one. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. The extra point now coming from Myers. And that will make this a 4-point game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken very short. And he's going to be out of bounds here on the return at his own 2-yard line.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
Here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the foot, under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
Go!
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Looking to throw. Carson rolling to his right. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And that is going to skip out of bounds. So a break there for sure. They'll hold on to the possession at the 5-yard line. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
The Niners take over first and 10. He's out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Completes it to Coleman. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 25 yards there on the catch and run. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former 5th-round pick. I remember that game, December against Denver. He had that monster first half, 210 yards. Did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharp's single-game record for a tight end. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Here we go.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Open man is Samuel, complete. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here we go.
Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
54.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. That's caught. It's Coleman. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Now Gold for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Makes the score Seahawks 32, 49ers 27.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins.
On first down, it's Carson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys.
Wilson wants to throw it. Buying time to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now a give right side. Carson. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go,
The
here we go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Check 13.
Now Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you describe that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, well, I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Here we go.
And down by 5. They've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Shoot! Watch the shoot! Out, 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 out. Tight go, tight go, tight go. One, Omaha.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Oh, that's a big pickup right there. That play might have saved them. Now they got to get up to the line of scrimmage quick. They've got to spike it.
To throw is Garoppolo. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? You know, you remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So for the Seahawks, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, we'll have to see what happens as they're going to finish the year 10-6. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, on the wrist, all on the wrist,